Hello everyone, welcome back. The last time we have played several games with the Dimir Saruman deck, where the strategy is all about MS, and we also have made some couple of changes in this deck, because now we're playing in Historic, and Historic is so much tougher than Alchemy. But the great thing is, now since we are in Historic, we can also make some changes and adjust our deck, try new strategies, and then we can see also where is the weak point, and I mean, we can also test out different cards. You know what I love about this game? Even when we have like common and uncommons, those uncommons and commons can be really essential for this deck, because then the synergy between the cards are so great, and especially in this deck I have included two uncommons. Commons, yeah. This is the symbol of the common. So those are the two cards, Westfold Rider and the Errand-Rider of Gondor, and it's so great because thematically those two cards fit so great. We have the Errand-Rider of Gondor, a soldier of Gondor, as the name says. Human soldier, when this creature enters, draw a card, then if you don't control a legendary creature, put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. And the synergy between this and Prince Imrahil the Fair is so great, because then we have already a creature with 2 mana on the battlefield, and whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. And that's the strategy of this game. We will produce tons of tokens, and then we can also enhance it with flowering of the white tree, and then yeah, this will be a huge army. And then we can also cast Faramir, Prince of Imrahil. This is also the second greatest card in this deck. The first one is of course Imrahil. It's all about whenever you draw your second card. And of course with Faramir we will get the emblem at the beginning of that player's next end step. You draw a card if they didn't attack you that turn. Otherwise create 3 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. And this is sick. I mean, either we will just draw one card or we will get 3 tokens. I mean, this is so great. And the other one is a Westfold Rider. So this is like the support of the of Rohan, and this is a human knight. It's a 3/1 creature for just 2 mana, and this card gives us so much flexibility in this deck, because we can sacrifice this creature and then destroy target artifact or enchantment, activate only as a sorcery. So this means we can use it instantly when we put this creature on the battlefield. We can also sacrifice it, because here it says sacrifice. We can always do this first. Even when the opponent has a removal spell, we can just use it first and then destroy the target enchantment or artifact. Such a great card, because nowadays, I mean, when we are playing in Historic, there are so many decks with artifacts, right? Also with enchantments, where you can exile opponent's creature or even permanent cards. So this card, the Westfold Rider, it's just a common, and it's so great. Sacrifice this creature, target, yeah, destroy target artifact or enchantment. And I also added, I mean, both I added like 3 copies of Westfold Rider, and then I added also Errand-Rider of Gondor 3 copies, because then you can see we have even Pippin for 2 mana, also a legendary creature. Imrahil is a legendary creature. What else we can... Yeah, those are creatures for 2 mana, and then also we have Faramir, this version of it, Faramir Field Commander. So whenever, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. And then we have, of course, Faramir's brother, Boromir, is also a legendary creature, and then we can also sacrifice Boromir. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. And also Pippin is a great card, because it has Vigilance and Ward 1. When we tap it, target creature you control gains protection from the card type of your choice until end of turn. So, I mean, we can always protect Prince Imrahil if they target this creature. And then also I added 1 copy of Minas Tirith Garrison, because now it feels like a real Gondor deck. I mean, we have also the Minas Tirith Garrison. Look at this card, the artwork looks looks beautiful. 4 mana, it's a human soldier. Minas Tirith Garrison's power is equal to the number of cards in your hand. Whenever this creature attacks, you may tap any number of untapped humans you control. Draw a card for each human tapped this way. Also a great card, because the synergy here is the same. We can tap, actually tap opponent's creature. No, we can tap our creatures. Then we will draw a card, and then it will trigger, of course, Prince Imrahil's ability, and then also the power is equal to the number of cards that we have in our hand. Yeah, what else? I mean, I think I just took out 1 copy of Stern Scolding, 1 copy of Birthday Escape. I also took out 1 copy of Council's Deliberation, 1 copy of Glorious Gale, and 1 copy of Hiflane Knots. Yeah, because it was too heavy on the instant and sorcery spells, we had just 2 less creatures, and now it feels more balanced, and it's great to play with this deck. And then also those 2 additions, I mean, 2 commons, I mean, it's a great addition to this deck. And I think those are the changes that I made. Then we of course have Dawn of a New Age, so we can also draw cards, and then if this enchantment has no hope, counters on it, sacrifice it, and you gain 4 life. And it's so easy with Imrahil. We will also have a couple of tokens, so we can have a lot of counters on this enchantment card. Reprieve gives us more time. We can return target spell to its owner's hand, draw a card. Also, here it says draw a card. Flowering of the White Tree, that's the only thing that I'm thinking of, maybe to add a 2nd copy. I think I have in the sideboard. No, okay, I have to add it 1 more copy, but let's take a closer look. Here we have another Stern Scolding, also counter target creature spell with power or toughness 2 or less. I mean, it's great instant counter spell, because it says either it has power or toughness 2 or less. So there are so many creatures with power 4 or even 3, but the toughness is 2 or less. So then we can also counter that spell. Then we have Dawn of a New Age. Yeah, okay, of this card I have another copy. Maybe I should replace it, because we already have 2 copies of that in our deck. And in the sideboard we should add 1 Flowering of the White Tree. Yeah, the problem is, I mean, we cannot put 2 copies of that on the battlefield, but in this case it matters if we will draw it in the game. Then we have also another Westfold Rider. Then we have Knights of Dol Amroth. Whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Yeah, it's also a great card, but since it costs 4 mana, that's why I didn't include it in our deck. Yeah, but I mean, also when we draw our 2nd card, maybe it would be better if this creature also would have trample, then it would be more menacing. Rangers of Ithilien, Vigilance, Human Rangers, also a rare card. When this creature enters, gain control of up to 1 target creature with lesser power for as long as you control this creature. Then the ring tempts you. It sounds good, but in the end I think the output is not that great, because here it says with lesser power for as long as you control this creature. I mean, then we can just, yeah, I mean, if it would say like power for us with lesser power for as long as you I mean, the power of this creature is just 3, so yeah, that's why it's in the sideboard. And then the last card is Stalwarts of Osgiliath. When this creature enters, the ring tempts you. Whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Here we have the same problem, because it's just 2 mana expensive. If it would be maybe 3 mana, it would be a great card, because we can just put counters on it. It doesn't have trample and it doesn't do anything else. So those are the changes, and yeah, I think that's it. That's the core of this deck. Stern Scolding, of course, 3 copies. Then we have another 3 copies of Council's Glorious Gale, where we counter target creature spell. And basically, yeah, we don't. This, of course, is an Azorius deck. We don't have removal spells, only counter spells. So also, it's pivotal to create a lot of creature tokens with Imrahil, so we can also have a huge army of those tokens and then attack with all the power of these creatures. And then, yeah, also Errand-Rider of Gondor. This is a great card for 3 mana because it's already a creature with power 3. Toughness, okay, it's 2, but when this creature enters, it will trigger two things, right? No, okay, actually just 1, because we'll draw a card and then, yeah, okay, we'll draw a card and we'll produce 1 token. So yeah, that's a great card. And we have in total, I think I reduced the amount of lands. Now we have 22, because I mean we have so many cheap spells that allows us to draw cards like Reprieve. We can draw a card. We have Birthday Escape, we can also draw a card. That's why I think we just need 22 lands, because then we will also have draw lands and then put it on the battlefield. Minas Tirith is a great also legendary land, because if we run out of cards, we can draw a card, activate it only if you attacked with 2 or more creatures, and this will never be a problem in this deck because of the yeah, sheer amount of the tokens here. So those are the changes, and I would say let's play some games. So here we go, we are playing against Crunchy Dog. We start the game and our goal is to reach Platinum rank with this Gondor deck. I have made several changes. You can see also we have one of the new cards here, Westfold Rider, and I think those changes will improve this deck and yeah, it will be more versatile. So also you can see the Westfold Rider is a great addition to this deck, because we can sacrifice this creature and then in Historic so many players are playing enchantments or artifacts, and then with this creature we can just sacrifice it and destroy the target enchantment or artifact. So we are I think we will just go for maybe for the Westfold Rider. Maybe the opponent has some removal spells, so they will just kill it first. Cultivate. They can search for 2 basic land cards, one they can put on the battlefield, the other one on their hand. So it's very mana heavy. You can see they have already 5 mana. I think we will just... The problem is we need more creatures on the battlefield first, then we can also cast Dawn of a New Age. So it will receive 2 hope counters. We are dealing 3 damage and then we can draw. Imrahil will produce a token. Oh, Clagbridge Troll. Yeah, it's an 8/8 creature. We can sacrifice a creature so it will be tapped. Otherwise they can attack. So yeah, for now we will just sacrifice. 8 damage is a lot. And we don't have any problems that, yeah, because our opponent has so many cards on their hand. So let's... The Troll has Trample. That makes it a little bit more difficult. So we just need to produce more tokens. Great. So we have a replacement for Imrahil. If they will target our Imrahil on the battlefield. Great. So we will also receive life points. I think later on we can also decide that the troll will attack us. So, oh, perfect. So we will just use Glorious Gale, counter the other troll. And we also have some copies of Stern Scolding and then also Boromir. When we sacrifice this creature, it will give indestructible to all our creatures, so that might be a good response to the wipe out the whole battlefield cards that the opponent will use. So birthday escape, we'll just draw, yeah, we'll draw, the ring tempts us, so we'll pick Imrahil, and then we can put also Minas Tirith untap because we have legendary creatures on the battlefield, and I think we will just go for, yeah, we need to be careful. I just want to tap the right mana here because it's important to keep both copies of Stern Scolding, so the opponent will not place any more creatures on the battlefield. And Faramir is a great card because, yeah, he will sacrifice himself to protect all the other creatures that we have on the battlefield under our control. So cultivate, okay. I mean, they have to put some creatures on the battlefield, otherwise they're dead. Or, I mean, for 3 mana, can you just do that much damage? So I think that's it then. I mean, the good thing is that we just countered the other troll, and yeah, we just tapped it in the right moments. So island, but you can see, I mean, this deck is crazy because we can produce so many tokens that fast. And then we also have counter spells, we have also, yeah, Westfold Rider. You can see, I mean, that's a great card. It's just a common, but the ability of this rider is just perfect. Because then we have several answers for the artifacts and enchantment cards from the opponent. And you know, I bet you're also playing target play against 2 life and draws a card. So we will not deal enough damage. 3-5. Let's see, maybe they have another card. And what I was going to say, yeah, Westfold Rider, because when you are also playing historic, you can see the opponents are they have so many enchantment cards. So GG. So we're playing against Solomon Nuria, and we start the game great. We have 2 copies of Prince Imrahil, also Faramir. The only thing that we are missing here is Plains, but I think we'll just cast Birthday Escape. We can also draw a card, and then let's see what we can do. Hopefully we'll draw a Plains. He'll Flame Knots. It's not bad because we can scry one, and also we will draw a card. So it seems we are playing against an elf stack. Yeah, playing against elf stack might be a little bit tricky because they have so many small creatures that produce mana and also produce other elves. Okay, so it's a Gruul deck, so I think it might be not an elf stack. Usually those elf stack are mono green or mono black and green decks, so I think they are just using this creature to cast bigger creatures. Maybe a dinosaur deck, who knows. It will, maybe they will enhance it and then it will fight against Imrahil. Mountain, very cool artwork. So Faramir, hopefully we can just cast Faramir next turn. Okay, 2 damage to Imrahil. So you can see, yeah, they might have some bigger creatures, also maybe dragons, who knows. Elves, and yeah. This elf is just producing mana. What else? Dinosaurs, dragons, trolls. Yeah. Here we have another copy of this elf creature. Okay, so now we have some time. I think we'll just go for Imrahil, and then we'll just put the Errand-Rider of Gondor, so we can also draw a card. You can see, yeah, this is also one of the newer cards in this deck, and it's a great addition also because once this creature enters the battlefield, not only we get a creature with 3/2, which is very solid for also very for a common creature. It's a very solid creature, 3/2, and then we draw a card for just 3 mana, and then together with Imrahil, That's a great combination. Gruul, Spellbreaker, Hexproof, okay. So... and also Trample, Riot. Yeah, we can see also the Gruul symbol on the sleeves. Yeah, it has 3/3, Trample, Hexproof. Maybe we'll just block with the Rider of Gondor. Gruul Spellbreaker, I don't know, actually we can... yeah, let's block the Gruul Spellbreaker. Yeah, because the Bone Crusher Giant we can just always block with a token, and once this this Spellbreaker is a huge creature, I mean we will receive a lot of damage because of the trample ability, so I think it's just better to block this creature first. The ring tempts us. I think we'll just select Faramir. We'll draw. You can see we have already 5 tokens, and then we can also use Pippin to give protection to one of our creatures. Let's put some pressure on the opponent. We can discard the island, and yeah, we still also have a counter spell. Glorious Gale. So down to 13. And then, I mean, I love the emblem from Faramir, it's so powerful. I mean, we have a creature for 4 mana that has a sick ability. I mean, even when this creature disappears by a removal spell from the opponent, we still have the emblem, and it will remain on the battlefield until the next turn of the opponent. So yeah, it's great because we can also draw a card, or we will just receive 3 tokens. So let's counter that spell. And Faramir, I mean, I love the artwork and I loved all the creatures. Like, all the creatures are so important. Faramir, Imrahil, Pippin. Yeah, it's great that they are they have 2 colors, blue and white. I think the next Lord of the Rings deck that I will enhance a little bit might be the Spirit deck. I looked at the cards, it's very difficult, unfortunately. I mean, it's cool that they added the spirits to the set. Unfortunately, there are so less of these creatures. There's one additional spirit creature, but it's so weak. I think it costs 4 or 5 mana. It's a common, and its ability is just it's so bad. So it has no impact. I mean, I think I will at least put this creature in the sideboard because of the spirit theme. So at the beginning of your end step, yeah, if a creature died, perfect. I think that's it. If they cannot wipe out the whole battlefield, then it's over. And at least if they will kill our creatures, we'll also we'll draw a card. Thanks to Faramir, Field Commander. Domri, Anarch of Bolas. One of those Amonkhet cards, creatures you control. Yeah, it's a typical Gruul deck. But nevertheless, I think it's over. Deals 2 damage, okay, and also to us. I mean, we can also give protection. We'll select... wait, what is it? A sorcery spell, okay. And we have to be careful, it's not an instant. So here we have... Okay, this time it works, because it's a ability from a Planeswalker, Yeah, the problem is we just have too many lands. But let's attack with all these creatures and then yeah, that's it. Yeah, Bone Crusher Giant back then when the Eldraine set was released, it was one of the most played cards. And a lot of players played Mono Red deck. So GG. Gold tier 2. Condor Man, we are coming for you. Opponent goes first. So Island, great. First turn we can cast Stern Scolding. Forest. I bet they have this because I see the this character from Avatar. I think they have this one creature, this green one, that also currently is played so often. Traveler's Amulet. Sacrifice. Okay. Yeah, it has something to do with basic lands, I think. Also this creature, when this creature enters the battlefield, you can transform one of your lands into a creature. And whenever something, also when something will trigger this creature, you can do it more often. Coma's Faithful, Lifelink, Elf Cleric. Each player mills 3 cards when this creature dies. Yeah, I think, I mean, it's just a creature with toughness 1, so it's easy to get rid of. Council's Deliberation, let's do it again. Yeah, we just need the planes. Giant Skewer, Wow, it slows us so much down because of the missing planes. Hiflane Knots, I mean we can just tap it and then we can also scry. I think they will just attach this Giant Skewer to this creature. Has +2/+0, when it dies it will create a food token. Sure, okay, it's a creature with lifelink also, 5/2, I think we'll just, yeah. I mean, let's draw this card. And then we can also exile those 2 Council's Deliberation, draw 2 cards, and finally here we have the planes. Hopefully it's not too late. And I think we'll just go for... yeah, we have no other choice. Pippin, Guard of the Citadel, and then we have still discard a card. Wow, Yeah, let's, because we have 2 copies of Faramir, and this card is very expensive. Patchwork Banner. They will select a creature type Elf. Oh, Elf Druid. Add 1 mana, so we'll just counter that spell. Because it can escalate very quickly. So down to 11 planes, here we go. And I think we'll just go for Faramir. Even when they will attack us, we'll just receive 3 tokens, and even when they will just use a removal spell on Faramir. So I think that's a good trade. Lembas, nice. Yeah, of course I have also to enhance the Hobbit deck. I think like 2 of those decks, the Hobbit deck and the Rohan deck, or maybe the Nazgul deck also. I think those 3 decks, they don't need so much adjustment, I would say. Because the Nazgul, I mean, what can you change there if you have 9 Nazgul and all the strategy is just built on them? So I think maybe 1 or 2 changes, not more. And the other one... I have also a Tree Folk deck. Maybe I can just look also at this deck. What else? Then we have also the deck with the Aragorn deck, the multicolor. I think it has like 4 or 5 colors. Yeah. So the Great Henge, also a great card. I remember my brother was playing this card in his Eldraine deck, and it's so powerful because you can, whenever you cast a spell, a green spell, you receive life points. You can also put counters and you will draw more cards. It's just insane. You can see the power of Eldraine was back then insanely high. Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Actually, we just need the Westfold Rider, so then we can destroy the Great Henge. I don't know the price of this card nowadays, but back then it was like a 40 euro card. Kama's Faithful. Yeah, they can attack. We can also give protection to Boromir, and they will not do any damage because they don't have... Yeah, they will not do any damage. Overrun, 5 mana, creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. We can send it back to their hand. I think we'll just do that. Overrun, go back. I mean, it's a very expensive card, 5 mana just for that. And then... Cool to have both brothers on the battlefield, Faramir and Boromir. Yeah, the only thing that I'm missing here is that, unfortunately, there is just one copy of Boromir in this set, and Faramir has 2 copies. The other one we have also on our hand. Faramir Field Commander, so yeah, it would be great if, yeah, there would be also an... actually... Unfortunately, they didn't also add the cards from Commander to MTG Arena. That would be fantastic. Just imagine you can also mix them, put them into your historic deck. There would be so many opportunities to create so many great decks. Birthday Escape. Shower of Arrows, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Unfortunately, Pippin only gives other creatures protection. Yeah, so I think... Yeah, we just have Faramir. Boromir we need. Yeah, we'll just wait for now. I mean, the problem is we are not really drawing the cards that we need. Actually, we need the White Tree, for example, that enhances all the creatures, or maybe the Age of a New Dawn. Wait, what's the name of the card? But you know what I mean, the enchantment with the counters on it, or maybe Imrahil. Yeah. Overrun, yeah, so this time they're playing it again. So now it's a 9/6 creature. They can sacrifice it. This produces any color of mana, artifact food. Lambus, yeah, that would fit into the Hobbit deck. I don't know if I have it, so let's see. I mean, they have to attack because since what? They cast a spell and they didn't attack. This is sorcery that will not remain forever. Yeah, strange choice. Maybe they just decided, nah, maybe it's too dangerous. But still, they have 28. Maybe they saw, okay, Pippin can give other creatures protection, it doesn't matter. So maybe they just made a mistake. So let's attack with Faramir. Draw a card, discard. Great, so now we can just get rid of those land cards down to 25. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit exhausting to watch this because it's... Yeah, there's nothing happening actually. Doubling season, okay, so they are creates that many tokens. Twice that many, okay. Where is our Westfold Rider that we need? Yeah, it's a little bit stuck right now. Also, I mean, the problem is, sure, we don't have any removal spells, and we couldn't counter any creatures yet, even though we have Stern Scolding on our hand. But that's also ridiculous that they can survive that long with one creature. The problem is they didn't attack, so we cannot produce more soldier tokens. And Imrahil is missing here. Anyway, just let's attack. We have to end this. Finally, great. Here we have Imrahil. Yeah, it's time again to watch Lord of the Rings. And I mean, they are not able to block Faramir, but they also didn't. Yeah, we can also use Pippin, of course. Maybe they know that. And they will also not receive any life points, since it has protection. So the ring tempts you, let's, stick to Faramir. Maybe they're just waiting to destroy all the creatures, maybe that's the plan. I mean, if they have a card that wipes out the whole battlefield, or maybe, I mean, that destroys the whole battlefield and exiles all the creatures, Faramir is useless in this case. Destroy target non-angel, non-demon, yeah, but here we go again. We will just give protection. Yeah. What else? Maybe they're just waiting to use the spell next turn, so that we have as many creatures on the battlefield. Errand-Rider of Gondor. I mean, Reprieve would be a great card right now, in case they have such a card. Errand-Rider. I mean, let's put all the creatures, and then we can also... Maybe we'll just destroy one of... Nah, too weak. This is only hexproof. No, we'll decide for doubling season. Let's attack. Yeah, it has hexproof, so it doesn't matter. Of course, they're blocking Imrahil, so we'll just give it protection. Here we go. Creature, and then next. Wow, I mean that match is so long. Yeah, they have this instant spell or sorcery spell. No, here we go. Haste, it's a creature. Yeah, so we'll just tap this creature. Dawn of a New Age, actually. Do we need this card? I think we don't need, because then we'll receive so many counters and actually we have no problems to draw cards. 8 damage with Trample and Lifelink. We can just kill it. Next turn they're dead anyway. Oh, so we still receive 2 damage. Wow, and everyone has to mill several cards. Perfect, so now I think it's done. Yeah, of course, it depends what we are drawing, and we just didn't draw the right cards at the beginning, so it made it a little bit exhausting. Maybe also for you guys, but it's also good to showcase the deck. You can see all the strategies whenever this creature enters or the other one, what will be triggered. Oh no, it's just 1 mana left. No, just 1 life point. Yeah, they have enough mana just to sacrifice those food tokens. It's a 7/6, but it doesn't have trample. Also, they ran out of hand cards, so I mean we can just tap it actually, but we will just block. I mean it doesn't have trample. And we have enough creatures. Let's give protection to Rider of Gondor. Ha! You thought that we will just sacrifice our Errand-Rider of Gondor? No, we don't. Gotcha. So now we can just win the game, and yeah, GG! What a game, I mean. I think it was like 15 minutes. Yeah, we can discard, and then yeah, it's over. Finally, GG, Gondor man. Yeah, we're coming closer. Panzer Charles. We go first. Pippin, Prince Imrahil. I mean, what do you need more? I mean, that's also a great approach. For example, we are just casting Pippin turn 2. Turn 3, we can just put Imrahil on the battlefield, and then now it's a good example because also the opponent is playing a Orzhov deck, so if they have a removal spell, they are targeting Imrahil, we can instantly tap Pippin and protect Imrahil. Of course, if they will not kill Pippin first. So it looks like a vampire deck. Yeah, there is no removal spell for 1 mana. They have to also spend the ward cost, which is 1. I think we'll just use Bat Cleric, yeah. I also want to do a Bat Tribal deck from Bloomborough. As long as you have lost life this turn, this creature has flying in Vigilance. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter. Let's go for... yeah, for Imrahil, and then we can also cast Errand-Rider of Gondor. Attack. They will never sacrifice the Essence Channeler for that. Oh, Virtue of Persistence. So enchantment, it's a sorcery, so we can give Imrahil protection, and they will just lose it completely. It will go straight to the graveyard. Huh, GG. Okay, just because of that. Oh yeah, we are entering Platinum tier 4 with this. Actually, it was not that hard. So I think actually the plan was just to stay in gold rank until we reach platinum, and then that's it. But I think I just reached platinum faster than I thought that I will. So I think we'll just stay in platinum, maybe also play several games. Yeah. So here we are in platinum. I think we'll just play a couple more games. Pippin, Guard of Citadel. Yeah, we have all the 3 that we need. Tiny Bones, the Pickpocket. So we can just counter that creature spell and then... Yeah, let's put Pippin first, of course, because of the protection. Yeah, Tiny Bones, of course, is also... I have 4 copies of that card in my Outlaw stack, and I played also recently very often with that, together with the Azorius Gondor Deck, Nashi, Searcher in the Dark, Red Ninja, Wizard. So let's give... Yeah, let's... Menace deals the combat damage. Yeah, let's attack. Let's see if they will if they will block. They are not blocking. Of course they want that this creature will deal damage to us. Azure Beastbinder, also red creature, red rogue. So maybe it... Yeah, okay, Tiny Bones. Tiny Bones was not a red creature. I mean, shall we block? No, I mean, then of course we have to block with both creatures. And we'll just give protection to Faramir. To Imrahil. So there is just one choice. And then we can cast Faramir, Prince of Ithilien, and then... This creature can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or greater. Okay, Actually, it's not that bad if they will attack, because then we will create some creature tokens, and then they are able to block the Azure Beastbinder, by the way. Unstoppable Slasher. Yeah, they will select Prince Imrahil. Great. Yeah, they have attacked, so... I mean, Birthday Escape, I think we have... Yeah, let's cast Birthday Escape because it's a sorcery spell. Select this guy here, and then actually we can also cast Boromir. So next... And then... I mean, we can attack with... Unstoppable Slasher has Death Touch. So... Let's wait. Scarscape Cleric, Bad Cleric. Okay, also this creature can't block. I mean, we have to sacrifice like 3 of those tokens. Yeah, I think we will do that. Okay, that was a mistake because I should have selected any other creature with any other creature than this soldier token to give the ring temp to. Minas Tirith Garrison, yeah, great. So let's cast it, and then we just need to wait one more turn, and then we can tap so many creatures. We will receive, we will draw so many cards. Okay, so whenever they gain life, we'll lose. We can even yeah, let's attack with those 2 creatures. Yeah, the board is great. I mean, you can see we have actually all the creatures we need. Boromir gives indestructible. Prince Imrahil lets us draw cards. Faramir also produces tokens. Then we have Minas Tirith Garrison. I mean, this creature can be huge if we will activate the ability. So let's block this creature free. Yeah, they will enhance it, put a +1/+1 counter, okay. It gains also Death Touch and Indestructible, so it doesn't matter if it would be also 4 tokens. Island. Council's Deliberation. Shall we cast it now? Azure Beastbinder. Okay, this creature can't block. So let's attack with the Minas Tirith Garrison. Maybe with those two. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll just tap Imrahil, Faramir, couple of tokens. Actually, all of them. They have to block anyway. So it's a 10/5 creature. Oh, okay. They gave up. GG. I mean, great. 10/5. You can see then we have so many cards. And then we can decide. Tiny Bones, yeah. Red, Bats, also Zombie. But Minas Tirith is crazy. Just power is equal to the number of cards in your hand. And then we can just tap any number of untapped creatures. So that's a okay. That hand is not great, but at least we have, yeah, Pippin and also Errand-Rider of Gondor, so we can also draw an additional card. Eroded Canyon. Here we have Faramir, Field Commander. Hopefully they will put an enchantment or an artifact on the battlefield. I love when I can sacrifice the Westfold Rider and then destroy those powerful enchantment or artifacts. So here we go, we can attack Pippin. Yeah, Pippin can be so aggressive. I mean, this creature, not only that it has ward, it has vigilance, it also can give protection to other creatures. It's so valuable in this deck. It's also like a counter spell. Because if the opponents are casting any burn spells or removal spells, we can just use Pippin and give protection. And the great thing is, Pippin, you cannot get rid of this creature so easily at the beginning. You just have to. Most of them, they cost like 2 mana at least. And then you have to wait until turn 3. Then it might be too late. Storm Roar, okay, deals 4 damage, rough. So this is one of the Taros cards we can give. Ah, it's so bad that we cannot give Pippin itself protection. Let's go for Faramir. And let's attack. Maybe they have another copy of that card. But then we will also Kayla's Kindling. I think if we will just put Minas Tirith Garrison on the battlefield. Let's see, at the beginning of your upkeep you can draft one of those. Yeah, we know that. I mean, those cards might be very powerful, so let's destroy this enchantment. And then let's attack. I mean, those cards where you can draft, I mean, it's not really fair because you can just take those cards from anywhere, right? They don't have to be necessarily in the stack, and then you can just draft them. It's like an extra advantage that you have here. It loses all the abilities, it's a 1/1 creature. But what did they forget is that we can also use Pippin's ability afterwards, and then it will be removed, right? So let's put maybe first Minas Tirith. And then the ring tempts us. Another land. I think let's select Pippin. Yeah, we can just attack with those creatures. We will remove this Aura enchantment. Right, is it? Yeah, enchantment Aura. So here we have enchantment. It will be a 3/3 creature again. Oh my gosh. Island. But yeah, it's over. GG. So we are playing against Gessalai 5, the mighty one. So let's see if they also have a mighty deck. Birthday Escape, Plains. But there are so many sets where I want to build a block deck. Recently I have also bought this avatar box, which is, I mean, for Magic it's actually cheap. 30 euro it costs, and then we can counter that spell. And in this box, I think I didn't open it yet, but what I read is that in this box there are 8 staples, with each of them has 20 cards. You can mix, actually you can mix all of them, and then you can create decks with 40 cards, like when you're playing draft. I think that's also the goal of the set. So you can mix, you can try, and then you can later on you can also build and enhance those decks even more. But first of all, of course, you can play with your friends, you can draft, and then you can experience those cards. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to that. And not only, and this box also contains, I think, two dices, a mat, and also land cards. So let's cast Prince Imrahil so we can also draw a card. At least we have then one defender. I mean, we have to stop Glissa Sunslayer. The problem is we don't have any burn or removal spells. So the only thing that we can just do right now is block this creature whenever it attacks with those tokens. Because when they deal damage they can also draw cards. So we have to stop them. And as I was saying at the beginning, there are so many decks. The Avatar set was recently also released. I want to make so many decks of that. You can also do a Celestia deck, a very cool Rakdos deck. What else? There are so many opportunities. And then also I wanted, of course, now they released the newest set, Lorwyn. And I really want to create a Kitkin deck. It's one of those creature types that I have never made a deck, and it's one of those creatures that are since centuries in Magic, right? I think it's one of the first creature types. And yeah, I really want to make a Kitkin deck. And then also, what else? I'm still not done with the Bloomborough deck, Bloomborough set, because for now I just created the Lizard deck. And I think that's it. And I had so many plans also to create a Otter deck, a Bat deck, a Rabbit deck, and it's so difficult to get all the cards. And now, since I have created also the Outlaws deck, I'm kinda into the Western theme, also because I started playing Red Dead Redemption, the first part again. And I really also want to create a Saddle Up deck, and also the other one, it's a Simic deck. Yeah, it's one of the decks that I also want to create. Oh yeah, so Vraska, Betrayal, Sting. Playing against Planeswalker decks, it's always difficult. So we'll just put it... Maybe we'll just take it. Yeah, I think it's better just to have more lands. We can exile this one. Plains. Well, I think this episode will be long, because now we have also a couple of games, and those games are very cool. Also, you can see different strategies with this deck. Also, that every opponent is different. I mean, sometimes it's really difficult to record. Sometimes we just encounter like 3 times in a row a deck with lifelink. You know, I bet you know those decks where the opponent is just putting the first card is the Consulate. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, it comes tapped onto the battlefield and the opponent receives. I mean, I'm encountering sometimes this deck 5 times in a row, no joke. What else? Yeah, this is very annoying, those decks. But this time we have so many different playstyles. I love that when the opponent has those unique decks. I also didn't see any deck that contains Vraska together with Glista Sunslayer and Badger Mole Cup. Liliana, oh, another Planeswalker, 6 mana. They can create 2/2 black zombie creatures. And then each player also has to sacrifice. So they create a zombie. Yeah, we have to stop this Planeswalker. Council's Deliberation. Yeah, let's use that before our turn begins. Boromir. We have 2 counter spells, that's good. Boromir, Warden of the Tower. I mean, it gives indestructible, right? But since we have to exile or we have to sacrifice, let's attack with all the creatures. 2, 5, 9. They can block 2 of these. It will be, of course, the each opponent chooses a permanent they control, and then they have to sacrifice the rest of each permanent type. Okay, we have to prevent them of reaching 9. So for now, I think we'll just attack with all the creatures except Imrahil and Faramir. Each player sacrifice. Okay, yeah. We'll just do 2 damage to this creature, to this Planeswalker. But let's draw a card. We have 1, 2. Yeah, let's do that. Great, another counter spell. Down to 5. Loyalty counters. Yeah, Glorious Gale, I mean, let's see if they will cast any creatures, because now they can also produce zombie tokens. And those tokens they produce are 2/2. Come on, cast a creature, so we can use Glorious Gale or Stern Scolding. Here we go, again with the zombie. Yeah, we are a little bit stuck here. Great, at least they are attacking with those creatures, so we can create tokens with Faramir. And I think we'll just block those 2. And Faramir will block the token. Hopefully they don't have any cards on their... any spells on their hand. So we'll sacrifice Boromir, at least, I mean, that's the most important. We have to get rid of Glisa. So, because I was also thinking the opponent might have an instant spell where they can also give +1/+1 to one of those creatures, but thankfully they don't have. That was a very good move. We just got rid of this Badger Mole, Glisa Sandslayer, also, yeah, they have 3 creatures. Wow, Oyer, Caslam, Deepest Grove, so we'll counter that, definitely. The ring tempts us. I mean, we can select one of those smaller creatures because then they are not able, those zombies are not able to block this. Pippin, Guard of the Citadel. Yeah. I think let's attack first. They can block also with the swamp and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's attack with all the creatures. It's also fine if they will kill Faramir with those 2 creatures. Let's draw a card. Next. Yeah, they are... Okay, they didn't do that. Actually, we could also use Hiflin Knots and tap one of those creatures, but actually they didn't do that, so they didn't kill Faramir. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. Opponent is also drawing a lot of cards. Wow, we just killed 2 planeswalkers. Oh no, destroy all... Okay, that will be funny because we have 3 are legendary. Oh, they can decide for 2? Okay, oh, I thought they just can decide for 1. So, it doesn't matter, we still have a lot of cards and we will just draw even more cards now. So, Westfold Rider... Actually, we can just destroy this. But let's put just as many creatures that we can on the battlefield. Menace, Death Touch, Bloated Contaminator, Trample, Toxic. Whenever this, okay, it profilates. Twitching Doll, Artifact Creature, Spider Toy. Never see this creature type. Spider Toy. Yeah, the Carl of Manor. I think that's the set. And that's the set I know the least. I know about every set at least some basic things, but about this deck I have no clue what it is about, what's the strategies, what decks you can actually build. I mean, the only thing I know is it has something to do with clues and with detectives, but that's all. Yeah, I'm not really interested in this one. But of course, you don't have to buy or to follow each set that the MTG is releasing. Yeah, let's attack with those 2 creatures. Let's draw a card. Okay, so wow, GG. Yeah, it was hopeless for the opponent. Yeah, we are struggling in Platin, but some of the games are really fun. And I think, yeah, we will be just stuck in Platin. But it's still impressive what you can... that you can create Lord of the Rings block decks and that they will succeed in Platin. And you can see this is not any deck. This is a really powerful deck with the Badgermole. They have also Liliana, Vraska, Glisa, this legendary creature, the Oyer, and we are still competitive. Yeah, you can see we have drawn so many cards. So I don't know if I just will play more games, but yeah, we'll see. It's really fun to play with the Gondor, Faramir, Imrahil deck. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's really tough playing now in Platin, but nevertheless, it's very fun to play with Faramir and Imrahil deck. So we start the game. Yeah, we had to do Mulligan. I think we can just keep that. We have enough lands. One of those we can just put under the library. We have Hiflen, Notes, so we can also tap our opponent's creature, and yeah, it will give us some time. So here we have Faramir, not the copy that we want. Then yeah, we also can use Reprieve, we can draw a card. So perfect. Virtue of Loyalty, I think we can just use that for that. Here we have the plains, and oh, perfect. So we just need one more land, and then we can also cast Faramir, Prince of Ithilien. And also we have Westfold Rider, so we can destroy Virtue of Loyalty once this enchantment is on the battlefield. Yeah, they will create a knight with vigilance. Actually, we can just... let me see. The problem is we just have one blue mana. Actually, I wanted to use Hiflen Knots on the knight, but since we just have one, Stern Scolding is more important here. Wedding Announcement, perfect. So that's the enchantment that we can destroy. So we will just prevent the opponent of creating more tokens, or they will also draw cards. I mean, once Wedding Announcement is transformed, I mean, then it's yeah, it's wild. So I think we just actually we have the good thing is we have another copy of Westfold Rider, so we can also destroy Virtue of Loyalty. So let's destroy first Wedding Announcement, because otherwise the opponent will create too many tokens. And I think once this enchantment is transformed, they will also get +1/+1. Wow, they have a lot of enchantments. And enchantments that also produce tokens. Yeah, so now, let's see, I think we should just also use Westfold Rider to destroy this at least. I mean, they're still 2 mana away from casting Virtue of Loyalty, so we still have some time. No attacks. Hopefully they will attack with those creatures. Greater Aromancy. Okay, so other enchantments. You control have Shroud. Oh, that's a great card. Actually, they should have used that before. But sure, no one expects the Westfold Rider, right? So Faramir, yeah. Prince Imrahil, I think, I mean, or Boromir. We have so many options here. Actually, we can also use the Errand-Rider of Gondor. Maybe we'll just use that because we still have also Council's Deliberation and Stern Scolding. And we still should keep some cards in our hand if the opponent wants to destroy the whole battlefield. Greater Romancy. Okay, here we have another copy, so each of them will be protected by the other one. Yeah, but it doesn't do anything else. Yeah, we just have to be quick right now. Who knows when they will, once they will cast Virtue of Loyalty, they can just untap all the creatures and then also put a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, I think we'll just block it. Great, they have attacked, so we'll receive 3 tokens. Perfect, and here we have another Council's Deliberation. I think this time we'll go for Imrahil, and then we have still 4 mana left. Yeah, here in this case we'll keep the 1 blue mana, that's good. So let's attack, put some pressure on the opponent. They are blocking the biggest creature here. And then... in most cases, if the opponent is playing a Celestia deck and they want to wipe out the whole battlefield, it says destroy, right? Instead of exile, so I think Boromir fits here perfectly if we use his ability. But yeah, this time the Planeswalker just exiled our Faramir, so we couldn't do anything. Minas Tirith Garrison. Or maybe Faramir. Although we have 6 mana, we can only cast... okay, yeah, GG. So it's over. So yeah, I think that's it. We played several games with the Faramir Imrahil deck in Platinum rank, and it works really good. We made some minor changes, like putting Minas Tirith Garrison into this deck. Westfold Rider is a great addition in Historic to this deck. You could see how many enchantments actually we could destroy. So yeah, now it feels even stronger, and I really like to play with that. If you like the format on this channel, I'm just creating decks from one certain set, and now we are just creating Lord of the Rings decks, and yeah, so you can see it's a typical Gondor deck. And yeah, please subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like also, likes are very important. Yeah, and tell me, what do you think about this deck, or you can also give me your recommendations. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time, bye bye.